Hey guys, welcome again to the homeschooling mindset. I want to talk about mindset. Why did I choose the word mindset? Because I realized that when it comes to education, education is not defined by grades. When it comes to homeschooling, at least in our family, in our home, our focus is no longer the grades. Like, let's study to get good grades. Let's study to have an A, or let's think about achievement and performance and how well you can do in a specific task. Yes, I do believe in mastery of certain skills. However, I had to have a mental shift. I had to have something happen while we were shifting to this homeschool journey. And that is that I no longer thought about grades as the right measurement for growth. Growth can be many things. A child can develop really well, for example, in science, and he may love science and be okay in, let's say, punctuation or grammar or spelling. And it doesn't mean that the child is less than. It just means that he's going to be good at what he is interested in, which is only normal. And it took me some time to realize that a child will be good at the things that he likes and he enjoys. Why? Because he's going to be fully engaged into what he's doing, right? So a mindset. I had to shift from let's get good grades to wait a second, let's grow. Let's see the areas of growth. Let's see where his interests take us. Not so much for my daughter. She's only 3. She's about to turn 4. But for my son, since he's 8 and I can see that he's developing certain interests and certain inclinations towards subjects and toward just activities as a whole, like creativity, building, creating. And because of that, I learned that in our home, at least for my husband and I, we have a vision, we have dreams, but it can expand over to our children. And I'm like, wait a second. What does he dream about? What is your dream? And we began to have conversations. So now our homeschooling mindset is surrounded by, not by memorization and grades, but rather growth and learning and developing this eagerness and this hunger to learn about life, to learn about our interests, to learn more about how to create things. My son loves coding. And he wants to learn about game creation and game programming and how to create games and apps and all that good stuff. And that is wonderful. And the fact that we discovered that interest and that he's so passionate about it, it allows us to actually capture his vision and run toward it. Just like we do for us as adults, like my husband and I. We have a dream, we have individual dreams, but we support our dreams and we support each other's vision. And now we're extending it over, and that mindset is extended over to our children. What are your dreams? What do you want to accomplish? What are your goals? So the goals are no longer let's get good grades, but rather, if you like coding, what can we learn? How can we learn? What programs, what courses can we buy? What content resources do you need to learn and make your dream happen? And it has become what I call, it's a kingdom culture. The word of God says that we must have a vision and we must write our vision where it's visible. And that's one thing that it's no longer my husband and I doing it, but now it's our children, and especially my 8-year-old. It's like, what is it that you want out of your life? Let's work toward that. Let's learn about that. And in the meantime, I always explain that the basics are reading, writing, arithmetic, how to do math, how to add, how to subtract. Those things are important and they're foundational to living. And I actually like to explain that to him, especially when we go to the bank, when we go and do groceries and things like that, and put that into a practical way of him understanding that those things are important. Writing is important, reading is important, and how that is connected to everyday life. And once a child can connect the dots and say, wait a second, I need to learn how to read because I'm doing coding, and when I'm doing coding, I have to read a lot of content and material to understand it. So now It's no longer, oh my God, I have to read or I have to write, but rather, wait, it's a need if I want to make this happen. So it's a culture, it's a mindset. It's no longer subjects being broken down and, okay, you have to do math and you have to do reading. But we don't, when he was in school, he knew that these were tasks and responsibilities, but he hadn't connected the dots and realized, wait a second, I do need reading because of this. Wait a second, I do need math because one day I'm gonna have a bank account and I need to calculate my money. And they begin to connect the dots and everything comes together, and they see how everything is connected and united, and how everything is essential. Reading, writing, and math are very essential to everyday living and success overall. So it is a mindset, and I want to go ahead and share that with you because I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about vision and how we don't incorporate our kids. We don't ask them and we don't work toward their vision because they're so consumed with being in school, and their only responsibility, their only job is to get a good grade. And I feel that life is much more than grades because it's not the only measure of intelligence. Grades do not measure their intelligence when it comes to creativity or other forms of intelligence. And I feel that we as parents, as moms, and as homeschooling moms, we have the opportunity to create this culture within a home, and what I call a kingdom, living a kingdom culture within the home where everyone has a vision and we run with that vision and make it happen. We have dreams and things that they can accomplish, and they can do it so much early on, and with time, because we have time when it comes to homeschool. Although I do work, I'm a freelance writer, ghostwriter. I help many people write their books and things like that when it comes to their memoirs, self-help books, and I'm in the self-publishing industry as a ghostwriter. So I do that, and that occupies a lot of my time, and it's taught me a lot of time management within the home because right now they're waiting for me so that we can get some work done. But anyway, we all have dreams, we all have goals, we all have a vision. And we need to adopt that mindset and extend it over to our children and fill the home with, ideas and creativity and the freedom for them to be creative and do whatever it is that they want to do. Make their dreams happen too. And it doesn't have to be until they're 18. You don't have to wait for them to be 17, 18 to make something happen. I realized, wait a second. We can make their dreams happen now. We can start now, and whatever it may be. And every vision and every dream is important. And give them that sense of importance. And they feel that sense of autonomy where, wait a second, I can code. I can do that now. Wow. And it's so different. It is so different. And I've seen the light in my son's eyes when he's given that freedom to learn and to actually dive into his zone of interest. So guys, thank you so much for listening. I will continue to produce more videos. Hope you stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and give us a thumbs up. God bless you.